Hi, Vandy. I got your phone message and I wanted to talk to you about your student that had an issue with that quiz that you had. I'm guessing it's the week 2 quiz. And I'm in your full grade center. I cannot show you student names because that's like against the law. So you know who your student is, and I know who your student is, and I'm betting it's this student right here. And so what I want to do is I want to show you exactly what happens when you want to look at what a student has done in a test to determine whether or not you want to reset it. So the first thing I'm going to do is obviously I'm going to log into Blackboard. I'm going to go into the Full Grade Center, and then this is where that quiz is, and I'm going to use that drop down chevron, and I'm going to go look at the attempt that was made on this quiz. Okay, now I'm going to have to pause this and resize things so that you can see. Alright, so I'm now in the actual attempt of the quiz. I've just moved things around so I'm still not displaying a name. And I want to show you that you've got questions here and what it says. Basically, I'm going to decipher this for you. So if I look at question 1, there was no answer given. Question 2, no answer was given. Question 3, no answer was given. Same with 4. Question 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And so with those 10 questions, your student did not make an attempt at all to answer any of the questions. So I do not see this as a attempt to alter a grade. I see this as the student opened the test and they hit the back button and it threw them out because you can't hit the back button on the browser when you're in the test. So I would go ahead knowing that they did not try to answer any of these questions. So it's not like they did a trial run and then realized what the answers were and now they want to change them. I'm not seeing that at all on this test. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to exit out of this information and then I'm going to have to resize everything again and then I will show you how to reset a quiz for your student. Alright, so I exited out of that quiz and now I am in your full grade center again, and notice you cannot see any of the student names. So in order to reset this quiz for the student that got kicked out legitimately, I can see that they didn't try to do any work. I just come back into the student's area where their grade is, to that drop down chevron, and I'm going to go into View Grade Details. And you can't see all of this, but it tells me when you look at this, you'll be able to see all of it, including the student. I can view the attempts here. I can see when they tried to take the test and the date that it was and the time it was submitted, and then you can see the score here. In order to clear an attempt to allow them to retake that quiz, all you have to do is click this clear attempt button, and it says delete this attempt. This action is final and cannot be undone, which means they would have, if they said they only got 2 answers and they were both right answers, you're deleting those answers from the mix. So they would have to retake the entire test. I'm not going to do this. That's not my place to reset a quiz for you. But if you wanted to reset the quiz when you go back through and watch this tutorial, all you would have to do is click this OK button and then let your student know that they can take the quiz again. I'm not going to do that because that's not my place. So that is basically how you can look at when students do this, when they say they were kicked out of a quiz. This is where you would go to see the actual quiz and what they had submitted. And then this is where you would go to clear the attempts on that quiz so that they can retake it. That's all I've got for you. You had some other questions like, are students cheating? You know, it's a question that you have to ask yourself whenever you have people doing quizzes at home, and they're open book, open note quizzes. The point of them is to help reinforce what students are learning, and not being the end all be all as far as points that they can earn in the class. In your class, you're teaching a speech class. Most of the points that they students would be achieving, I would hope, would be on the delivery of the speeches that you have, since that's what they're learning. These quizzes are just to help reinforce the learning that they are reading and that you're lecturing about. So I really wouldn't worry about them. And, of course, if you have any of these concerns, the person that you would want to talk to would be Michelle Bennett, your program chair, and she is a wealth of knowledge and would be more than happy to sit down with you and kind of talk to you about some of this stuff. But that's what I see, and I'm going to go ahead and finish up this video and email it to you. And I hope that you stay warm and dry up in Garden Valley and not snowed in, and that we get to see you again soon sometime. Have a great evening.